If you're still struggling with low self-esteem, or if you've overcome it and you sometime or often find yourself back in that state over and over again, even after you think you have overcome it, then this video is for you. I will be sharing with you practical steps of how you can actually overcome low self-esteem by looking at it from the right perspective. If you're interested in knowing about this, then be sure to follow through with this video and watch the video till the end. I want to specifically welcome all of my old subscribers. Thank you all for subscribing and joining the family. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for engaging with me. For my potential subscribers, this is the best time to subscribe. This is a channel where I talk about my personal growth journey. I share self-help tips, motivational tips, and general experiences about my own life that would make you invest in your growth and always want to become a better person. Having said this, let's delve into today's video. Welcome back, guys. My name is Veronica. Thank you so much for joining me in this video. Today I'm going to be talking about how to bring in perspective into understanding how self-esteem works and how to channel these tips that I'll be sharing with you today to overcome the battle that we would usually have as humans with low self-esteem. I'll start from the definition of low self-esteem and the tips that can help you to improve the way you see yourself and how you value yourself. One thing I've realized is that self-esteem is not always constant throughout a particular period of one's life. So even when you have taught yourself to be confident about your abilities or to value yourself and know your worth, life challenges can just happen and you find yourself going back to that state of low self-esteem. So because life is not just a one-way road, it's not constant, everything will not happen in your favor. Even when you've mastered the habit of valuing yourself and positive self-talk, positive self-image, self-confidence, and you practice this over and over again, there's a thin line between where you are and where you have left. That's why this video will be telling you how you can continuously put in the effort to remain on the positive side of valuing yourself and seeing yourself as being worth it. Before we get into all of that, I want to talk about perspective. And the reason why I'm bringing in perspective into this is because since when I realized that the way we look at things is usually how we would always define it and how we would always interpret it, since then it has been easier for me to balance maintaining a positive self-esteem and handling it even when life throws different or difficult situations at me. Perspective is the way that an individual will see things. And the reason why I am bringing in perspective into this topic is because I believe that if you are able to look at self-esteem and interpret the solutions in the perspective I'm going to be putting out to you today, it will be much more easier to deal with any battle of fear, low self-esteem, or lack of confidence. But before I go into these tips, let's talk about what self-esteem means. Self-esteem is the way you value yourself. It's the way you see yourself. It's the way you talk to yourself. It's the way you present yourself to people. It's the way you carry yourself. It's how you see yourself or what you see yourself to be worth. So if you see yourself to be of a high worth, that means that you are very sure and proud of all of your abilities. But when it's time for you to move out of your comfort zone or perform difficult tasks and you start to draw back and start to question your abilities, it might mean that you are struggling with low self-esteem because you believe that other people are better and are capable to do what you're struggling to do. But never mind, do not worry, because in this video I'm going to be sharing with you about 5 points that you can use to solve this issue. And the truth is that you might have heard of this point at one time or another during the course of you trying to overcome this challenge, but I will just be telling you how you can see things, in this case bringing in the perspective of what you should do rather than what you should not do, so that you can value yourself more. The very first one will be to stop comparing yourself with others. I know that you have heard this before and you know that it is one major point that will allow you overcome the issue of low self-esteem, but I want you to look at it in this perspective. Rather than comparing yourself with others, you are picking what you see in others that makes you feel intimidated or makes you feel less of yourself, and you're using it as a template to guide your own life by improving on various aspects of your life to level up to the standard that will make you see yourself in a positive light. I don't know if you understand, but if you see someone else moving out of your comfort zone, taking up new projects, starting a new business, writing a new book, putting out a new music, just doing great things, and it looks like you are just stagnant and somewhere clapping for everyone and not being recognized for anything, instead of you feeling intimidated by what others are doing and looking at yourself as someone that does not have any innate ability or someone that cannot do anything right, why not pick up lessons from those people and see what they're doing right and what you can learn from them to use to also start something that would make you level up and see yourself as a valuable person. So It is from this that you can decide to take note of your strengths and what you can do and start something for yourself. So instead of you now competing with that particular person that you are feeling intimidated about, you can actually collaborate with them. You can walk up to them and tell them, I also want to start something new, but I only want to do something that I am comfortable with and I have the strength and abilities for. Can you share your own story with me? So rather than look at people as competition, look at them as people that you can learn from and also use the lessons you have picked from them for your own life so that you can continue to grow. And it's not actually necessary for you to also go and meet them. You can just shadow them and learn from afar, and you see that in no time you are even getting the courage and strength to start something that would make you see yourself in a bigger light. So it's more about perspective. It's not about you just comparing yourself and looking. So even if you call it comparison, look at it as a positive comparison, such that after you have picked all the different things that you see in others which you wish you had, you can now build yourself using those lessons into what you want yourself to be. From there, you see that you're gradually someone that people would want to reckon with. People will just want you to be in their circle. People will come to meet you for advices, and you will see yourself overcoming all of the strange feelings of negative self-esteem. Next way that you can build a positive self-esteem is to come out of your comfort zone. And it's a bit similar to the first point I shared with you, but in this light, you're looking at it from the perspective of coming out of your comfort zone because you want to prove that you can actually achieve what you want to achieve, rather than not coming out because you do not believe in yourself, because you feel that other people are better than you. So there are two sides of it. I feel like I am not good enough and I'm just going to remain in my shell. That's one side of it. And then another side is, I feel that I am not good enough, but I want to try and see what I can come up with if I give it a push. Right? You want to prove to yourself that you can do it irrespective of how I am feeling. That's two different perspectives. And I know that if you work with the latter side of it by saying that I feel this way, but I don't want my feeling to define what would actually be, it's easier for you to prove yourself wrong and prove other people wrong when they feel like you are not good enough. I hope this makes sense. So come out of your comfort zone, not because you feel that you are not good enough, but because you feel that you just want to give it a trial. And on most occasions, you will most probably succeed in what you're doing because you have not allowed that feeling of not being good enough to overshadow you putting yourself out and acting on what you want to do. Another way you can build a positive self-esteem using perspective is by focusing on what you have control over rather than focusing on what you do not have control over. So if there are things that you struggle with and you know that it's in your own control to change them, then focus on them. But if there are things that you struggle with and you know that it's beyond your control, for example, if there is a way you look, there is a way you walk, there is something that is just around you that you can not necessarily do anything about it, and it's giving you concerns, then I'd advise that you focus on the ones that you have control over. For example, you'll find out that most teenagers will struggle with how they look, how people just see them, their stature, their height, their weight, and complexion. One thing I would say is that instead of focusing on things that you can control, such as your height, your weight, why not focus on majorly just living a healthy life so that you can be more productive? For example, focus on eating healthy, focus on drinking enough water, having enough sleep, exercising, and just mingling with the right set of people so that you are more productive and you can mentally be active and put out a positive aura around you. So rather than focusing on what you cannot control, which are your body features and characteristics, focusing on things you can control will even make you feel better about yourself. So this is just one example out of the numerous examples that might affect our self-esteem in general. And still talking about the kind of people that you find around you and the people that are in your circle, the next step would be to let go of people that do not value you. And what I mean by people that do not value you, these are people that will always remind you of your flaws, people that would always tell you that you're not good enough, people that would always complain about your mistakes and would never commend you whenever you do something right or whenever you do something that is worth talking about. These people would overlook your achievements and only like to focus on your mistakes and criticize you for them. Some of them won't even criticize you, they will make fun of you and make you feel so less of yourself. These are people that you should avoid. One major reason why I think that people would not always want to let go of relationships that are toxic to them is because most probably they feel that they are going to be losing out on whatever that clique has to offer. For example, if a particular clique or association is respected just in the confine of the environment that they find themselves, people feel that when they leave the clique or let go because they are being maltreated, they will also lose the respect, and being on their own will just make it look like they do not know what they're doing. But the truth is that, number one, your self-respect is not attached to whatever clique that you are in. It is first supposed to start from who you are as a person, even before you join any group of people or before you have friends. And number two, it's better to hold on to your peace of mind. It's better to be in the midst of people that respect you rather than being in the midst of people that talk down on you. So look at it in the perspective of, I might be losing out, but I prefer my peace of mind. And I believe that when I secure my peace of mind, begin to see myself in a positive light, I would attract more people that are also in this category, or more people that will see me in this light, because the old people I was with saw me as someone that struggled with a low or negative self-esteem, and so they treated me as that. But when I relate with people based on my new identity and my new person, they will see me like that. And this will take me to the quote by Eleanor Roosevelt, which says that no one can make you feel inferior without your permission. So because you're giving permission to this set of people who have seen you from the scratch to be someone that has no value for yourself, they have related with you in that light. So look at it from the perspective of you coming out from that clique, building on yourself, working on yourself, and then attracting people that will treat you better. And the final tip I'll be giving to you to build a positive self-esteem is to take every day as a special day. So do not wait for the day when you would hit a jackpot or the day when you would achieve a very big thing before you celebrate yourself. The little efforts that you put into achieving whatever it is that you're achieving, for example, you want to stop being an average student or a low student to an high flyer in class because you're encouraged by the other people that are high flyers, just like our first point. So rather than taking them as a competition, you decided to learn from them and decided to build yourself to get to the top of the class. Whenever you have put in all of the effort you need to put in and you start seeing improvement in your grades, even if you do not get the very first position or you do not get to the point of being awarded, you only see that you have moved from being probably in the middle position and you've just moved up. That is a great win to celebrate. So do not wait for when everything just looks all glammed up, everything just looks all perfect before you acknowledge that you are making improvement. Another aspect to this is to not wait for a special day before you take yourself out, before you practice self-care, before you dress up and feel nice, or before you gift yourself. Do not wait for your birthdays, do not wait for anniversaries, do not wait for days marked out by some specific dates before you celebrate yourself or before you make yourself feel special. There's a perspective to it. Look at every day as being a special day. So it's not like you are celebrating yourself because it's your birthday and your birthday is special. You're celebrating yourself because every day is special, and because of that you want to ensure that you make yourself feel good or feel valued on every single day. This would boost your self-esteem. This will help you to become more confident. This will help you to become more productive, and you will just find out that irrespective of the different challenges that life throws at you, you won't have a day where you struggle with low self-esteem or where you see yourself to be less. You would always just want to fight back to get back to that state of always having a positive self-esteem. I hope all of these points have been valuable to you. It's all about perspective. The goal is to not stop believing in yourself even when every other person does not believe in you. If you stop believing in yourself, then your chance to success is now close to impossible because you are the one that will actualize success for yourself and not every other person. Remember that it takes time. It's going to be a journey. It's not going to happen all of a sudden. Make up your mind to start putting all of this into action. It's going to be easier for you to always see yourself in the positive side. Every other thing might be a plus or just a bonus, but all that you need is for you to believe in yourself and to see yourself in the best light. Always remember to be kind to yourself. Give yourself the opportunity to make as many mistakes as you can, but always make sure that you do not stop. Keep trying until you attain the level that you want to get to. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, be sure to click the subscribe button now and turn on the notification bell so that you will be the first to be notified whenever I put up a video. Be sure to engage with me. I have all of my contacts in the description box below. Feel free to comment, share my videos to people that you think would need it, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up so that my videos can reach even more audience. Do not forget, you're a big deal and everything is all about perspective. The earlier you realize this, the better for you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye guys.